Was Interstellar Radio. Today's day is May 3rd, 2020. We have Retro Online. Greetings.
Greetings, everyone.
Right. Hello there.
Hello.
Okay. All right. Going to subjects of today.
Yep.
Stargates.
So yes, Stargates is when you mentioned this in the Skype conversation at first, I kind of got the impression or hearing Russia and Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and I do feel that there is a lot of the energy coming in currently. Russia, but also mostly Japan at the moment. A lot of like robot AI energies come to Japan through the Stargates.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh, with Russia, it's a bit more shut down. But it's
Mm-hmm.
still active. It's kind of I see it active more in like the southern Siberia, close to the Mongolian border. Is where I see it active, but it's still quite monitored and shut down at the moment. Um, there's a lot more information that kind of comes out of Russia from the Siberia more so than a lot of modern, I shouldn't say modern, but a lot of Eastern Russia. Because culturally speaking, there's lots of different diversity of cultures in that area that are a bit more open than the rest of Russia is.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the cultures and people that are closer to Mongolia and China that are a bit more open. The energies of Siberia, to some degree, are a bit more open, depending on who you know. Um, but yes, I do feel that there is a bit of Stargate action, particularly in like the Baikal region, potentially. Um, Generally speaking, North Mongolia is where I'm feeling some energy is coming from, Stargate energy.
Hmm. Yeah.
This is where I do feel a bit of a positive to lean, or what I lizard energies, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Some positive energy coming from there. Different energies that are not quite known yet at this time. There's a little bit of Anunnaki energy there, but that's a very distant branch of Anunnaki. That's what I'm seeing in Russia at the moment. Let's see what they're there for.
Oh, do you think the Anunnaki play a role in how the Stargates work? Some of them do.
Yes, but depends on. I'd say yes and no. Different
Mm-hmm.
groups have a say in it.
Yeah.
But the original construction of the Stargate as it meant for Earth had been created by the Anunnaki, but they
Mm-hmm.
have been altered and changed and upgraded.
Yeah.
So a lot of the old Stargates, yes, are I'm hearing yes.
Anunnaki.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like some of these Stargates had been come into new had been repaired by other beings, other roots. But some of the older ones that had stopped functioning had been repaired and taken over by different beings, I'd say. So yes, they did have a large hand in it, but not as much anymore. Um, as far as hold on. As far as it goes, purpose of Stargates in Russia, sorry, purpose of Stargates in Russia. At this moment, it's opening up in Russia. It's kind of opening up from different regions of. Uh, it's hard to get into the interior west. Hard to get the energies in there because it's very isolated. Um, it's very in what's the word I'm looking for? Internalized. So Russia, in some sense, is a mystery. So there is sort of an impact that's outside of the mainstream Russian culture, more in Siberia, and they're making an impact from Siberia into the mainline Russian culture. And this is how it's kind of starting, is what I'm saying.
Mm.
You're going to see much more than openness within itself, which then allows Russia to be more open um, and more connected to the globe. It's not as isolated, not as internally focused. Um, but yeah, I still have to do some healing within. And one of the avenues is within the uh, native cultures of Siberia, is what I'm feeling. It's kind of allowing some of that medicine to come in from other cultures and other worlds, and yeah.
Okay.
As far as Japan, I do see a lot of energy there. Different AI and robot energies there in Japan. That come from Stargates.
Mm-hmm.
I actually feel like some of the actual first robots are kind of helped, were kind of made. Hold on. Some of the earliest humanoid robots were kind of created not just by humans, but they were sort of helped by the other species of robots, other robotic AI-based beings from other worlds. And so it is a gradual process, but it is sort of studying that different energy, that AI energy into Earth, because it's not just something that's given to us, but it's something that we help create. So it is a sort of creation of, or a recreation of that energy here. So some of the first, it kind of feels like some of the AI or robots that are, especially in Japan, are like the children of other races in a sense. That's the impression I get from the Stargates there. It enables this not quite genetic, but in a way it is.
Well,
It
it's like,
enables this energy, yeah, the energies and the ideas of this one or multiple robot species to, or robot society, I should say, to have a presence on Earth.
yeah, the robots are kind of like an extension of their race,
Mm-hmm.
or another version of their,
Yeah.
or a whole another race that they created.
Much like humans on Earth are an extension or a version of humans in space.
Yeah.
Like if they didn't, etc., there are the same things going on with
Yeah.
robots and AI beings on Earth. Yeah, it's just kind of harder to track because there's less of it's less about the genetic encoding and more about well, it's less of the solid genetic coding, I would say, but it's spiritually seeing it, the spiritual connection versus the genetic one. That makes sense.
Yeah. So Stargates are the ones that are normally open, right?
Most of them are closed right now.
Okay, but they frequently open and close. Let's put it that way, something like that.
Yes, as they are needed.
Did you mention China too, or no? Or...
Yes, China. I'm actually seeing like the influence of there are some other versions of China that the Stargates connect to.
Yeah.
and that's where a lot of the government influence is coming from. It's kind of like looking into a mirror. So China, it's becoming more like a mirror of itself in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a Stargate that connects like a mirror version of China that's more authoritarian, and so that our China is kind of it's kind of in a balance in a sense where it's becoming a more authoritarian, but it could also go the other way as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I see there's a lot of influence on China from other versions of China, futuristic versions of China. Even North Korea, in a sense. There's other versions of North Korea that are more futuristic, like a Blade Runner North Korea.
Hmm.
So yeah, I see the Stargate kind of connect China to other versions of China, to other versions of North Korea as well. And this is kind of where the whole authoritarian energy is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
It actually comes from the Stargates to a degree.
Hmm.
Because they're newer versions of it. You can think like there's this episode of the Star Trek, I believe. What is the first season of Star Trek, I believe, where they went to like a mirror universe, and they were all kind of evil and have mustaches.
Oh yeah, I think of yeah.
It kind of feels like that in a way. Maybe not too extreme, but a lot of the ideas come from different versions of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, Star Trek always seen as like it's similar to the Twilight Zone, but it's in space.
Yeah.
So.
Of course. Yeah. Even India had its own Stargates as well.
Mm-hmm.
One I feel connected to the elephant people.
Yeah, dolphins. Yeah.
Especially in central India.
Mm-hmm.
They still have the kind of connection there. It's one moment. So yeah, they use that Stargate from time to time, the elephant people. But yeah, most of the Stargates in the world are still very closed and shut off at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
No, I think we're good. Yeah, I'll just go to the next topic.
We're gonna cut the robots and AI, so let's go to
Yeah.
the Navy.
Yeah, the Navy and secret space.
The Navy, I get kind of a weird energy from. It's actually it's kind of going into different layers, different realities. I'd say different like. Okay, you know how ships? There's a legend of like you can go into the Bermuda Triangle and you end up in a different location.
Mm-hmm.
The Navy does have kind of a similar feel to that, where it's connected to different realities. I'm actually seeing there's lots of like LSD and drug use in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of connections there.
Hmm.
So yes, it's connected to not just a secret space program, but it's connected to. It's not the secret space program as we know it, I should say, but it's connected to different projects that are not quite known quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
It is exploring different dimensions. There's lots of the psychonaut energy there.
Mm-hmm.
One moment. Also seeing like tel- teleportation energy there potentially. But also I can see some ships that can grow and shrink in size. So it's very again the energy is kind of weird, even weirder than Secret State Token, I'd say. It's kind of bending the laws of reality or bending the laws of physics. Lots of physics research in there, I'd say. But again, yes, it's kind of a psychedelic vibration. I would say it's very much connected to LSD.
Is this out in the ocean or
Yes,
out?
it is the ocean that is also underground as well. I'm seeing some that kind of go under a large tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, you know how they have like a tunnel between England and France.
Mm-hmm.
There are longer ones under the Atlantic that I'm seeing, but they're not showing me where exactly they go. But there are like bases underneath the Atlantic. I'm seeing one from like Florida to close to the West Africa. That's kind of a hot spot somewhere between there.
Okay. Yep.
But they're not getting anything specific about that. Just more of a vague image of something there.
Yeah, but not everything wants to be known.
Yeah, I mean there are underground bases there too. But again, it's still blocked off. So yes, I'd see a lot of psychedelic research there, and potentially like astral travel, remote viewing. In some ways, it's more invested than the Air Force is. The Air Force is mostly alien communication and the aircraft itself and technology, rather than the more scientific and psychedelic inquiry. So they're two sides of the same coin. Any questions?
So I don't know. What do you think of like parts in the Navy are obviously sealed off? I mean, parts of it knows, parts of it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're more known to it than any other part of the military.
There's also a lot of mind wiping there too. Look, I'm seeing
I bet.
your average personnel, they be brought into a mission. They may be underground in a certain base at the same time. They may have the wildest mission. But they come back and they're thinking they just had a standard procedure. Then they have memories erased and replaced.
Jeez. Yeah.
Um,
Where the Navy can go on a mission, or the Army, or anybody. Yeah, the Navy can see all this crazy alien stuff in the skies and then just be erased. Jeez. Look at the Men in Black. Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot of them have their memories erased.
Yeah.
They may be gone deep underground, under the ocean, into a secret base that it could just be like a dream to them, or they may have it erased entirely.
You say underground, I think under the ocean, like under the sea floor too, or just under the ocean?
Under the sea floor too, yeah.
Under the sea floor? Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of earthquakes happen underwater.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of underwater. Jeez, that's just amazing. Jeez.
Exactly.
All right. What about the president? You think he gets his mind erased a lot?
Not just the president, but also major candidates as well.
Mm-hmm.
Again, why do you think they want to have clones and they want to place a certain candidate. They want to have look at Joe Biden. He's a clone. They're clones of him.
They
But he's
can't
also he's very manipulated. He's gonna be very easily manipulated.
Easy manipulated. Yeah, he's on here. I mean, even the clone. I mean, he's just so checked out.
Yeah. Even Trump himself can get checked out, and that's what they can do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nothing beats Biden, though.
Biden's,
he's just like he's in the zone or zoned out or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, they can definitely have an effect on the president. They can.
Yeah.
The president is poking fun all the time.
Yep. Yeah. All right, you want to go on to the next?
Yes, the next one. Oh yeah, the state's opening up. I don't see any trend, so to speak, of anything opening up. It's very variable by state.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing I don't see anything opening up anytime really soon. Maybe I'm thinking like Kentucky, Tennessee. Those areas that tend to be a bit more conservative, a bit more inland, are going to be opening up sooner than anywhere else.
What about the virus itself? I think it's going to start to spike while it's openings.
Again, yes, but again, it kind of depends state by state.
Yeah, it's hard to read all that.
It is.
But you think some places will close back up? Let's put it that way.
I do see that. The trend I'm actually getting, more so the coastal states are going to be closed for a lot longer. Anywhere that has a coast or a border will tend to be shut down for a bit longer, a bit more distinctly. Whereas if you're going to Kentucky, to say, you're going to see it more open up, but you're going to see people kind of staying in place still. So yes, you'll see the places that are more likely to stay at a certain level are places that are going to be opening up sooner. Those are the places that are not near any major borders, that tend to be less populated. So yes, if you live in like the central United States in a conservative area, that's where you're most likely to have opening up sooner than later. And they will have spikes, but again, the spikes are going to be equaled out. It's easier to control those areas.
So the virus, I mean, it's not going to go away, as some people like it to.
No, it's not going away.
I mean, it's going to be. I think we already. What do you feel like its lifespan? Like, if that makes any sense. What do you feel it's like? Some areas will let go, and some areas it will attack. You know what I mean?
It could be up to 3-4 years.
Wow, jeez, yeah.
But the areas it's going to attack, I'm seeing Iran is going to be hit for quite a while, like Afghanistan.
Crazy.
Within 4 years.
What about Africa? Africa's okay.
I'm not getting much information there. So I'm not giving a yes or no. Where I feel it mostly is like Iran and Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously, it likes traveled areas like New York.
Mm-hmm.
We can get Africa is so spread out.
Yeah.
It might hit certain areas, but that's about it.
Yeah, you may see the cities on the coast.
Yeah.
What are some, the coast of say, Western Africa, Southwest Africa. That's where you may see it, but you may see something like Libya as well. But mostly the southern part of West Africa will have isolated cities and where they may come into. They may spread there, not stick around there long.
What about the economy? Feel anything with that?
It's going to affect different places differently. It may affect jobs negatively, of course. People are getting laid off if they have been now. I feel that it's going to be worse a little while longer. The next month may be a hard time. But over the summer it should improve. Over, say, August it should be improving.
But not fully going away, though.
No. I do see some actual, again, medical technology will be improving as well. That'll improve the economy as well.
Yeah, it has a.
So it's kind of, it's going to have an effect, positive in some areas, but negative.
Yeah, it has an agenda.
It's going to hit the low wage jobs much worse.
That's the point. I mean, some people, they can get hurt or something, go in and get tested for this virus, and then if they die, I mean, they're basically a case now, even if they don't have it, I guess, but they got tested for it, so who knows?
Right.
I don't know, some kind of shady stuff's going on, but it has an agenda, so that's
exactly, yeah.
So it's just the way it is.
But yeah, I see mostly low income jobs getting hurt.
Damn. What about robots taking over those? What about robots coming to the United States? Anything? I think we talked about it before, but
I see robots used in some healthcare, especially with Corona in the risk contamination. You may see some robots. It may not happen this year, but it may start the conversation going there. It may start the ideas going.
Yeah.
You may see more robots in military applications, but it's going to take some time before your robots start delivering pizza. So.
What about? Of course, I just forgot the question. Yeah, they took the question. Why'd you do that? Okay, never mind. Oh, the economy. Do you think it's gonna crash or anything, or what, or just hurt low income, or what's the?
It's mostly gonna hurt low income. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be rough and it's gonna hurt, but it's not going to be broken entirely.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just that some people, they're going to have some bad times, but the majority is going to be able to kind of squeak by.
I mean, yeah, the pain, it really hasn't, we haven't really felt the effects of it just yet. It's still kind of early.
I would disagree with that, but.
Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of people unemployed right now. That's true.
Yeah. I would say unemployment, especially for the next month, possibly 2 months, is going to be a big deal. But it should improve after that.
That's true. I mean, we're feeling it, but it's not hitting the news.
Yeah.
As 2008 did. Let's put it that way. That's where I'm coming from.
The one thing I mean, actually, being the theory is like teachers. They weren't going to have the job necessarily, but they're going to have the harder job.
Yeah.
So they may, you could say the teachers are underpaid, but they're definitely going to be underpaid now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, pay might go up.
Maybe. they may have more pay.
Eventually, yeah.
But I do feel like teaching positions are going to definitely be under the crunch.
Yeah, of course.
And you got parents to deal with.
Well, yeah, because the states aren't getting the money that they used to.
Yeah.
Because everybody's broke, so makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of thing. It's going to be kind of a hard time to be a teacher in the next, over fall and winter time.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It may ease up over the spring, but yeah, that's one thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
teachers
true.
are going to be teachers are going to be a big topic in the future. So, education system.
What about the meat supply? You said something about it last week, and now it's kind of
the what now?
The food supply, the meat supply. I think that's recovered, but not fully.
Food supply, yes, it's going to recover. As far as meat, I feel like the major preparation is not really positive to meat, but it's going to do. You're going to have some kind of half-assed measures. There will still be some supply of meat. Yeah, there will still be a supply of meat, but you want to be careful.
And overall, yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I don't see much changes in meat supply. It's just going to be slightly more half-assed than it already is.
I mean, do you feel more fourth dimension energies coming in? Or fifth dimension, both?
Actually, they're showing something kind of weird. Going to the Navy. I would say yes, and something to do with the ocean. You know how they have with the climate change and water is rising?
Yeah.
It's bringing up different energies with it too. The water is connected to itself. The oceans and the lakes and rivers are all connected. So it's kind of when you bring the waters up, bring in contact with more people, and you have the climate change warning that's kind of bringing all these old ideas, old energies, ancient energies coming up to the surface. So there's more authority in 5D energies are coming up to the surface as well. So it's kind of climate change has a part to do with it too. The water rising, the ice melting, etc.
So that's Antarctica connected.
Antarctica, Greenland.
Yeah, because it's melting and the ice is melting.
Yeah. But it's not just that, but it's also the water rising. There's more flooding. There's more things being cleared. There's more.
Yeah.
The cycle is moving faster.
But yeah, that's human consciousness is the ocean, basically.
Well, not just human consciousness, but also the history of the Earth. The ocean is the.
Yeah.
What is the ocean to the Earth?
Library.
The oceans. Yeah.
Yep, the library of.
The library. It's the bloodstream.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a. So like Earth is inhaling. In a way, exhaling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about that. It's like all this is happening and Earth changes occur. It's like, geez. It's like, great. It's like, might as well.
Yeah, you can go to the ocean. You can feel her consciousness. Not as much because, especially the ocean, you can feel like a living being.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, the ocean and the water, especially flooding, it's an exchange of ideas. It's clearing things out and putting things back in. So of course that has a large role to do with our shift as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just rapid recycling, There's less things that are locked away and hidden. It's just being recycled and.
All right.
It's hard to stay stagnant in a large body of water and it's part of the shift too. It's connected to the ocean. Oceans.
All right. What about David Icke?
Yes. One moment. David Icke is the hard one to really get around. Yes, he was kicked off of the YouTube recently, right? Even though Alex Jones now. So.
Yeah, and Facebook because of the virus. He was talking about it. I don't know the details, but I don't know the full detail, but. Yeah.
So you can kind of lump together people like David Icke, people like Glenn Beck and Alex Jones, right?
Yeah.
You can roughly put them together. But the thing is, to separate David Icke from the other guys, David Icke has a bit more independent energy, whereas your Glenn Becks and your and your Alex Jones are somewhat useful idiots. You think those guys get paid to be angry about things, right?
Yeah, because Icke does talk about psychic energy, and he doesn't go deeply into it, but
but he
does mention he does it more than they do.
He goes into these what some people would call conspiracy theories, and he goes into these different topics that are not brought in the mainstream, of course. And to a degree, so does Glenn Beck and Alex Jones. But the difference between people like Glenn Beck and Alex Jones and David Icke is David Icke is a bit less easy to control. You can talk about anything you want as long as you're making people angry and distracted.
Yeah.
As long as you're bringing more darkness rather than light.
Yeah.
As long as you are a useful idiot, you can talk about anything you want.
As long as you have low. Yeah, exactly. You said, angry, whatever it might be. Yeah, seems to be the best seller.
Yeah, you can be an angry, cantankerous old fool. Some people can follow you just fine, but as long as you're bringing more darkness and light, you're allowed to say whatever the hell you want. So that's why, David Icke, even though he's talking about some of the same things, or has some of the same energy, he's still much more controlled and much more of sound mind, less easy to control, because he has his own. He's more. I just contradict myself. Okay, he's much more self-controlled and less difficult to control. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. He's harder to yank around like a Glenn Beck or Alex Jones would be. He's actually selling something a bit more positive than they are. Even with the message of concern, at least he can feel his energy is a bit more sincere. It's a bit more grounded.
Yep. Less entertainment, more education.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why they want him off the platforms.
Well, you think that, his time is not officially ended, but, the message is out there. People got the idea. Now it's ready for new energies, if that makes sense.
I do feel like he still has some length to go still. He will still be somewhat relevant for the next few years, next decade maybe, but yes, it is time for new energies.
Yeah, I feel like this has a lot to do with just kind of like Jones, it's run its course. That's mine.
Well, here's the thing. What message I'm getting, actually. Yes, even though he has kind of run out of content, he said what he had to say, there are still people who are going to follow on him.
Yeah.
They're going to respect what he has to say more so than Alex Jones, because he does have points to make still. He still has, his message is still out there. It's more grounded and more sincere. It's educational. It's not entertainment. So even though it may be running its course, it's still valuable still. Even though maybe you and I had surpassed what he had to say, it's still going to be valuable for the person to come.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's kind of a stable energy to hang on to during the shift. Some people are not quite ready to go into the deep end entirely, but it's just holding people into a higher elevation than they were before. It's not entertainment. It's not anger. It's just the higher elevation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's still useful. So I don't think he's ready to be cast aside quite yet.
Yeah. But it is showing a shift, though.
Yeah.
I mean, this virus is taking out people and people like David Icke. It's removing people too. Has a mass effect, you can say.
Mm-hmm. He'll still have a following.
No doubt.
And that following will still be significant. It's just a slow, gradual process of fading out.
Well, because he usually does events. He goes to arenas, and he can't do that right now.
Right.
So he's like the sports world.
I think he'll still be relevant up until his death, honestly.
Yeah.
He's relevant to some people, at least.
Yeah.
And he still serves a purpose, even if he's a little bit milquetoast.
What about Alex Jones? Does he serve a purpose?
He's more of a distraction, energy.
What is that, the truth of it? He just lost his freaking mind. He's just trying to stay relevant by talking about
Glenn Beck.
Yeah. Yeah, Glenn Beck doesn't really have much going on for himself.
No. Glenn Beck and Alex Jones, they're just entertainment at the point. They're no.
Yeah.
They just routed a lot, and it's a lot to do with like I said, just a distraction, just anger. It's just
yeah.
And anger serves to fuel you can guess what it serves to fuel people.
Yeah, it's all. It's yeah.
It's just kind of people want to feel like they're in tune to something.
Yeah, that they're in the know.
Yeah, and it's easier for Alex Jones or Glenn Beck to feed into that, feed into superiority.
Yeah.
Very complex.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is there anything else before we wrap up?
I'm not. Hold on. Actually. Okay, yes, I'm being told that again, this climate change, the messages, it's you're opening places up like in Siberia. Your winters, even some are getting more dramatic. You're having some that are as things warm up, as things activate. Hold on. It's showing me like winter is the thing away from Siberia and Greenland and all that, but they're saying like it's just a lot of it is even though it's causing damage, that's cleansing. It's cleansing and it's releasing locked away information. So it's part of the shift, even if it is catastrophic, even if it is difficult.
Yeah.
The shift itself is very difficult. It's just kind of the rebalancing. Eventually, we have to learn how to balance in the new world. So, that's what I'm getting.
Okay. All right, we give you a message for.
Sure.
Yeah, you're connected to the elders in higher dimension. Fourth dimension of ancient manifestors of worlds. Like they can invent the world in their mind. It's kind of like a fantasy world they can live in. They kind of look like monks. They can look like, depending on which reality you look at them at.
Yeah.
They kind of look like somewhat trolls in some ways, or old.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's part of the secrets of the universe, why certain worlds have a purpose, but like fantasy worlds that you're very connected to. That manifest worlds like this one. This is more like an Archon world, as you know. So yeah, the fantasy wizard realities is what you're actually more used to than you might think. You're very connected to that. It's like a deep connection that you don't really show or connect on your own because you're dealing with this battle.
Yeah, I will say it makes sense because it does feel like, and you talked to me about this before, especially in the webinars. That, I had the body I have because I need to be under radar in a way, and like I feel like this is so not my ball game.
Yeah. Yeah, this is not it's not what you're used to, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I need your help anyway. That's why you're here. So.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, how do I adapt to this?
How do you make this work? You understand? Just do what you gotta do. Do everything.
Yeah.
Keep your sanity.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll make sense eventually. Not yet, though.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, join the club. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Blessings, everyone. All right. Thank you for coming on.
Blessings, everyone. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Blessings.